I have issues. Another barbell opening. Kabuki Strength, organ power bar. In their legacy collection, this one's raw. Let's get this thing open. So this one's got some rust. So I got the Columbia bar. I couldn't tell why it was flawed, and they say that these bars in the Kabuki Legacy Collection are not up to the 100% standard. May have some issues. In this one, I can see there's some rust. So yep, some definite rust on the sleeves. I'll get some B-roll on it. The shaft looks nice. The power markings are wider, which if you watch the review, Kurt Locker's review, he mentions that, and I'm going to post his review in the description there. He does a real nice job. I'm not going to do a full review. I just wanted to do an unboxing so folks could see, hey, what are these bars coming in like, because they are mentioned on the website that they could have blemishes. And as I mentioned before, you can watch my Columbia bar opening. I couldn't find any blemishes, and that was bare steel as well. The organ power bar here, it has some rust. Everything else looks, I mean, I haven't super inspected it, but everything else looks fairly good. Okay, fast forward a week. I've exclusively used this bar for the last week. I've used it for bench press, I've used it for squat, I've used it for bent over rows, I've used it for just the regular strict press, and overall, I like the bar. I'm not going to do a full review on it. I am posting Kurt Locker's review, as I mentioned earlier, in the description. Check that out. There's nothing really I can add to it other than this. The knurl on this bar is definitely more passive than on both the Columbia bar and the Kabuki 250K power bar. And if you really like the Kabuki feel in that knurl, which I do, it's why I love the Kabuki power bar, that 250K power bar. And it's why I think the Columbia bar is a steal, because essentially the Columbia bar and the Kabuki 250K power bar, they're essentially the same bar with one exception, the tensile strength. The Kabuki bar, the 250K power bar is 250K tensile strength versus 190K. So that's the big difference, and that's why one bar is cheaper than the other. This bar comes in at the same tensile strength as the Columbia bar, and they're similar bars, but the knurl is just more passive, and it doesn't have that kind of grippy feel. So I tend to like the Columbia bar, the feel of it better. A couple things about this bar I do like. It has a bigger knurl mark, power knurl marking. I thought that was nice on bench press. It's nice to be able to find. The rust, by the way, did come off very easily. I'm going to do another video down the road. I've developed some tips from working on BMX bikes and restoring and rebuilding BMX bikes. That's another hobby I have. Some tips on getting rust off, and it works very well on barbell, so I'll look out for that video. I did take the sleeves off there was some wear marks under the sleeves. It didn't look like rust, it just looked like kind of wear marks. I'll show some B-roll. Have you guys seen that? I hadn't noticed that. It wasn't too concerning. I really like the build quality of the bar. The tolerances are fairly good. Overall, it's just a nice bar, but I just don't think it's a better bar than the Columbia bar because of the more passive knurl. And this one came with rust. Even though I was able to get the rust off, that was kind of a bummer. Still, I'm happy with the purchase. Overall, the price was roughly the same as the Columbia bar. They still have some in stock. Those legacy bars are going quick. I'm not paid by Kabuki, so I have no incentive to send you there other than right now you can get some pretty good deals with 20% off. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Hopefully you're having a good 4th of July. Adios.